Well, we hear it all the time. Two angry drivers address the media just after they've found a way to wreck each other, and each blames the other guy. He doesn't give anyone any room, or he's not making any friends out there, or simply, we're racing too hard too early. What they're really talking about are the unwritten rules of NASCAR, where you'll find far more gray area than the actual NASCAR rulebook, and exactly 43 different versions.
You have to respect your fellow racer, and if you don't, they're not going to respect you.
It's so close, it's so competitive. If they don't like you, they can determine where they want you to finish.
If you don't learn real quick, you'll learn the hard way.
There's no rule that says you have to do it, but it's just, I think it's maybe driver etiquette 101.
Hell, everybody's got a different unwritten rule. Depends on who you ask.
It's kind of like the old, your mother told you, treat people how you want to be treated, So if you're running the guy up the racetrack in the marbles every lap trying to pass him, well, next time he's on the inside of you, he might be doing the same thing.
Well, everybody writes a different book, I mean, there's, my set of unwritten rules is different than the next guy. I think that there's some things that you just don't do, then, if you do it, you've crossed the line, hooking somebody in the right rear quarter panel, wrecking them like that, like what happened with me and Jeff Gordon in Texas. You don't do that.
Hundreds upon hundreds of unwritten rules, and some of them are stupid, and some of them are just clicks, and some of them, have real purposes, and I think every driver would interpret them differently. That's why they're unwritten.
And the new guys come in, and I was the same way. They just haven't raced these long races before. There's a time kind of to run hard. There's a time to kind of be a little bit more conservative. And I know early on when I was a young guy, I broke a lot of those rules, and you learn real fast because the guys that have been around a while have little conversations with you, after the race.
Most of the stuff applies early in the race as far as, really not racing anybody and moving over and letting guys go early in the race when, all it'll do is cost both of you time. My mentality was just go out there and race every person, and it doesn't really pay off doing it that way.
For me, that's probably my biggest pet peeve on the racetrack is guys that race too hard too early.
Everybody's rules are different. Some people, their aggressive levels are higher than others. Some people have different ideas about what's right and what's not, and that's why we argue. You know what I mean? That it's just difference of opinions.
Crazy thing is, there's usually close to 40 of the same drivers each week, and that seems like a lot to me thinking about it, but I really understand how each one of them drives.
If you give guys room, you give them respect, you race them clean, they're going to do the same back to you. And if they don't, when you bite back, they'll understand, and they don't ever come over huffy or mad.
If you're going to be beating somebody's back bumper off, be expecting it, the next lap or the next week or somewhere down the road.
For me, when I came from open wheel racing, my unwritten rule to myself was just earn these guys respect. Whether they like you or they don't, I don't care, but they just got to respect you.